Welcome to La Excellence. Today we are going to discuss the current affairs topic from July 2022, drugs, medical devices and cosmetics. Why we are discussing this? Because government has proposed a draft drugs, medical devices and cosmetics bill 2022. What is the need? India is the third largest pharma producer. The regulatory regime for medical devices is ambiguous. 80% of medical devices sold in India are imported. The online pharmacies are outside the current ambit of the law. The existing law does not cover online pharmacies. And there are humongous amount of malpractices when it comes to the clinical trials. What are the key provisions? It will replace the Drug and Cosmetics Act of 1940. Imagine, it is even pre-independent era law covering e-pharmacies and medical devices. However, it does not have any provision to regulate online pharmacy. Now that is actually a drawback. Clinical trials for new drugs and medical devices have been brought under the draft Medical Devices and Cosmetics Bill of 2022. It provides for penalties for failing to compensate for injury or death during such trials. It prohibits clinical trials, drugs and medical devices without permission from Central Licensing Authority. Clear? Moving on. It provides provisions for Ayush drugs, which proposes to regulate Sawa Rigpa and homeopathy for the first time. Earlier, that is under the current law, Ayurveda, Unani and Siddha drugs were covered, but not Sawa Rigpa as well as homeopathy. It provides for clear definitions for more clarity and smooth functioning and implementation. It constitutes Drug Technical Advisory Board and Medical Devices Technical Advisory Board to advise Government of India on technical matters, especially on the quality of such devices. Government of India can designate or establish medical device testing centers for testing and evaluation of medical devices for regulators and industry. To check the quality of the medical devices which are being imported into the country as well as the ones which are being manufactured in the country. Challenges. It offers nothing new. It decriminalizes some offences under the existing law. The bill lowers the punishment and allows compounding of offences. That is, you won't have separate sentences. You can undergo the punishment together. Bill allows the government to expand the list of exceptions in the fourth schedule. The industry demand for a separate act for medical devices has not been addressed. It doesn't provide for enforcement of provisions of good manufacturing practices, and it also does not address the need for a single regulator. Clear, people? What is the way forward? It should have provisions for product recall if any issue is there. Strengthen the provisions aiming to improve access and rational use of essential medicine. Create a central regulator for drug licensing as suggested by the Mashelkar Committee in 2003. Separate chapters for medical devices will raise standards, ease of doing business and also assure consumers of safety. And with that, we come to an end of our discussion. Time for a practice question. Keeping in mind that India, being one of the largest pharma producer, the recent introduction of drugs, medical devices and cosmetics bills of 2022 is a good step forward. Discuss 250 words, 15 marks. You're supposed to be talking about the provisions of the bill. You're supposed to be talking about the challenges, and then you're supposed to write the way forward. Write your answers and please send us. And with that, we come to an end of our discussion. Have a nice day. Take care.